Hello. So, how many of you have faced problems that just put you down and had you full of anxiety? Well, here's something today that may lift your spirits. Let's talk about how the the problems we have faced and we have overcome that only prepares us for the future. So, any problem that we have faced in the past and that we have overcome, that prepares us for future difficulties. And for myself speaking, just in the past, I made a lot of poor judgment. And I paid, obviously, you're given consequences for any poor judgment that you make. Even for the most part, if you make a positive judgment, you still got some type of consequence that can come out of it. So, being that I have made poor judgment in the past, that allows me today to make good judgment. I can understand what the consequences are, the negative things that come out of it, and also the positive things. But in order to move forward in life, we go through adversity. And if you do these things repeatedly and just keep doing them over and over and over and not learning from them, then there's a problem. But one thing that I have understood is that going through any problem in the past that you overcome, it definitely makes you grow. And I'm here today. I'm a living example to let you know that it is possible, but you need to apply these skills. And one skill that I want you to apply and recognize is integrity. Now, what does integrity mean to you? Think about that. See, and integrity means so many different things to me. It just doesn't mean so much about what's happening to what I'm doing to somebody else, but it also means what I'm doing to myself inside. Let's talk about how many of us have actually called off of work because we decided to say that we were too sick, but we know we weren't too sick. We just actually probably either stayed up too late the night before or we decided to go out and have a little bit of too fun and celebrate. I know I have, but I can admit these things today. But in the past, this is that integrity thing that I talk about. We need to not just be honest with ourselves, but we need to build that trust with others. And that's what makes us grow. And this is what I'm talking about today with any any problems that we have faced in the past that we have overcome. This kind of makes us prepare for the difficulties in the future. We can understand how important integrity is to us and how important it is to others, because these are our building blocks of life and our foundation. And these these things, as being honest and true to ourselves and to others, it gives us a springboard into life. And it's really a rewarding feeling, not just for ourselves but as for others as well. So we need to recognize that even though we make mistakes in the past and we overcome them, there's always benefits to that. That allows us to improve in the future for our difficulties that are going to come, because life isn't going to be a smooth road. There's always that fork in the road. You either have a decision to go left or you can go right, like my mentor Kevin Jackson talks about. And these are one of the things that stick inside my mind. You have a choice every day to go left or to go right. And we always talk about what other way is there. So I wake up every day on the right side of the bed. Not literally, but mentally, I wake up every day and I go right. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to face difficulties throughout the day. We are going to go through difficulties, but that integrity, we want to be honest with ourselves. We want to accept it. We want to be true. And then we smile about it, because not only are we being respected by our own selves, but we're being respected as others, because what we are is we're being leaders. And it's hard as humans to have acceptance. For some reason, I haven't done any research on it, but for some reason, we're feared of acceptance or some type of rejection. And with that, for the most reason, it's a little perplexed. It leaves our mind in a puzzle, in a sense. So we want to continue to understand the importance of keeping our head high and understanding no matter what you go through in the past, it matters what you do today that allows us to move forward, to grow. So, the second thing I want to talk about is cash. Loot, everybody knows about that. Some people get paid once a week, some people get paid every other week, some people even get paid every day if you're that fortunate. But we learn how to control our currency by the things that affected us in the past, the difficulties, the problems that we had in the past. We learn to overcome those so we can expect those future difficulties that are going to come, because in many ways, life is built off of so many different things that have to do with money, as in just a common bill. If any of us ever had a bill come to us through a phone bill or a cable bill or just something unexpectedly, and it may hurt our pockets a little bit because we're so reckless with it and we're so excited to get a paycheck that we just blow it, and then we worry and we stress about what we're going to do to come up with the extra money that we need to pay the bills that need to get paid, because we find things that are more important. But one thing that I learned from the past is I was a very materialistic person. I used to spend a lot of money that was unnecessary on unnecessary things, as in like clothes, rims on cars, too many colognes that I don't need, too many watches that I don't need, too many haircuts within a month that I don't need. Just so many different things that I could benefit, and I always wondered why my bank account wasn't rising, and I wasn't having the money for the things that I really needed money for, or I wasn't really putting the money towards the things that I wanted to put money towards, because I felt like I was either uneducated person when it came to sitting down putting a budget together, which I believe was one thing, because I was fearful of not being able to know how to do it, instead of just reaching out for help and having someone help me do that, because I felt like I would have been a lot more financial stable. And I think that can help a lot of us out, and that can also help us break that cycle of poverty that everyone talks about too. Just kind of setting some cash aside, or getting with somebody that's more fortunate than us that can actually show us how to do these things, because as a world and as humans, we want to see each other grow. And this leads back to those past difficulties that we all learn to overcome. And with that, it allows us to prepare for future difficulties. And who doesn't like to have some extra cash, or prepare for a vacation for the summer, or, when you do that printout at the Mac machine that, you're not too ashamed to get your receipt, because you want to see that nice amount that you have in there. Because some of us, sometimes you don't want to print it out because either there's upcoming bills that's going to cause that account to either default into the negative, or it's going to be to an amount where you got to wait 2 weeks to get your next paycheck. And that could be depressing at times. So we want to learn from these things. We want to reach out and we want to learn to connect with the right people that can continue to help us grow, and not to worry so much about the difficulties that we faced in the past, but use them as a crutch today in order to make us grow for tomorrow. Because these are things that are gratifying to us and rewarding. And just going with the integrity thing, the honesty thing, the trustful thing, it's rewarding in itself. Just to learn in the past how dishonest we were in many ways with ourselves and with others. Grow from it, learn from it, and use it as a positive thing in the future. Become a leader. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out to someone that can. Reach out to me. You can go to TimoneSmith.com, and I'm also on YouTube and on LinkedIn and also on Facebook. And there's many other leaders in the community as well that will help you. That's how I got to where I'm at today. And I reached out to someone that was fortunate enough to help me understand a lot of things in life that I didn't understand, because our environment too affects a lot of the things that we go through in life and we just don't understand. So I encourage you as well to get out there, get yourself a mentor, and these things will help you get yourself on track. So going back to the integrity thing, use the past to help you with your future. And when it comes to cash, if you are struggling with cash, or you're not wondering why things aren't always adding up, use your past as a crutch and you turn it into a positive for today, and get with somebody that's going to help you sit down and write a budget and understand you may not make the maximum amount of money that you hope to, but there's always something in there that someone can help you find that maybe can help you set something aside that's going to help you move forward, or they're going to help you get the things paid that need to get paid. That way you can be more comfortable. You don't have so much anxiety, and they can also maybe help you get into a place that can help you earn some extra cash. So one thing that I want you to walk away with today is to understand the problems that we have overcome in the past. We need to understand that these are all things that we can use in a positive manner to help us embrace the future difficulties that we will encounter one day. So with that, have a great day, and understand that it's not so much of what you did in the past, but it's what you do today that's going to affect tomorrow.